Welcome to Sovereign Tarot, where we unite our High Priestess with our Hierophant to create peace, love, and joy in our inner realms through conscious presence. And today we are doing a reading for Virgo, all you Virgos out there, you organized, orderly people. I had a lot of Virgo friends at one point. I worked with a lot of them. We're still friends, we just don't see each other as much. I guess I needed some Virgo people in my life at that time. Okay, so we're gonna start with A Course in Miracles, which I do not have in front of me right now. But I'm gonna let my dog in and get my Course in Miracles book. Bear with me for 1 minute. Come on, Luna. Everything means something, so maybe you're feeling a little unorganized right now, and that is probably more disturbing for a Virgo who likes to be organized. Okay, so we do A Course in Miracles, and I do this with every sign. We're on the first week still, so we're on the first lesson. And the reason that I'm doing A Course in Miracles is it really helped me during times of chaos. I started doing this around COVID, and it really helped me to let go of everything that wasn't me and realize that there's more to life than what we see. It got me connected to spirit, to God, and I knew I was okay, and I was being guided through this book, so that's why I bring it to you. So lesson 1 is nothing I see in this room, on this street, from this window, in this place means anything. Now look slowly around you and practice applying this idea very specifically to whatever you see. This table does not mean anything. This chair does not mean anything. This hand does not mean anything. This foot does not mean anything. This pen does not mean anything. That door does not mean anything. That body does not mean anything. That lamp does not mean anything. That sign does not mean anything. That shadow does not mean anything. And just apply it to everything that you see. You don't have to understand it right now, just work with it. And what I found when I did A Course in Miracles is that I would get up the next day, and already before I even opened my book, the lesson was coming to me. I was being guided by a higher power. This book was supposedly believed to be channeled Jesus. I don't know how you say that. The channeling Jesus. And it does appear to be that. So it's really cool. So once you engage with it, it engages with you, or Jesus engages with you. And that's really cool, right? So we're going to continue with the Divine Beloved Oracle cards. These are kind of like a little prayer to start out the reading. So let's see what wants to come through for Virgo. Ooh, I keep having hot flashes. You'll notice I'm noticing that my face turns red when I'm having a hot flash. Okay, ooh, you got some cool ones. 2, eternity, deeper union with you, and beauty, I am a spark of divinity. Okay. And you know what I find? Also, I would find this as a therapist. Before I saw clients during the day, I would feel what they were feeling. And so I would have something would come to me, and I would feel what they were feeling. And then I would come in and I would see, oh my God, that's just what I'm like, that's what I was feeling. And I would get these thoughts and this these information about people that I was seeing. So I think that's happening to me with the different signs. And so I had some negative thoughts this morning about, you tell me if this is true for you. But I had some negative thoughts this morning about my body, and I have been doing really well with taking care of it lately. But maybe you're struggling with that too, because we did get this beauty card here. So eternity, deeper union with you. So however you pray, you can get into prayer position. And we're going to say, change me, divine beloved. I'm going to do it like this. Change me, divine beloved, into one who understands the true meaning of death. Remove my fear of dying, upon my vision to the eternal. Open my vision to the eternal. May all transitions lead me into ever deepening union with you. And so it is, and so you remember. Amen. And beauty, I am a spark of divinity. Change me, divine beloved, into one who knows without question my own beauty, worthiness, and desirability. Let me remember constantly who I am, love itself in a temporary human form. Oh, and I had a client reach out to me today and tell me how beautiful I was outside and inside. You know, that's what spirit does. When you are connected, you say something or you feel something or you think something and you receive love back. It's very beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to now do a card from the Archetype deck by Carolyn Mace, because I like to get what is the story that we're working with, or the main archetype or pattern that we're working with, and what do we need to do with that? Ooh, and already, like, what jumped out was divine child divine. Okay, this is a pretty deep reading, Virgo. The light attributes of the child divine are innocence, purity, and redemption, and it suggests a special connection with the divine. The shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay. So let's get a little more information about that from the tarot. And we're going to do a Celtic cross reading of the tarot so we can get a little bit more information about that. I don't know what that means yet, but it does seem to be connected to beauty and deeper union with you. Maybe this feeling of helplessness. Okay, so I do the Light Seers Tarot most of the time because I really like this deck. It's very simple, and I like how it does the light and the shadow, and it's not scary at all. I don't think it's scary at all. Okay. So reading for Virgo. And the first card that we got is the Page of Wands. Okay. So that is you currently. That's where you're at currently. It seems like you're beginning a new project, maybe a new creative project. Okay. So the way I do it is I just let the first one jump out, because that's usually I do it all differently every time, but I'm getting like a system down now where I do the first card, I let the first card jump out, and then sometimes if the next few jump out, then that's good. I use the ones that jump out, and then sometimes I'll just get to like the, there we go. Oh, and the Queen of Wands is crossing the Page of Wands. Okay, wow. All right, that to me, they're both in the suit of Wands. That to me suggests this innocent divine child and then this more developed part of you. So it kind of like the contrast between the human person that you are, maybe woman, maybe. I'm thinking that I'm mostly getting women, but that might not be true for everybody. Or the divine feminine, the Queen of Wands. And then this younger part of you that you don't know as well, which is kind of the divine child within you, your spirit. So it's this, I'm getting that you're discovering your spirit, which is very connected to your inner child. Let's see what else we get here. And you don't know this part of you well. You're learning to trust it. Okay. But there is a little bit of fear here. Okay, let's see. Okay. So now below you is the Three of Pentacles. That's upside down. And then the Eight of Wands is next to that. And that's, I'm sorry, that's in the past. And then above you, you have the Four of Swords. So you may be in this place of, I'm going to show you it, sorry. The Four of Swords, where you're needing to kind of go inward and rest right now. A lot of us are being called to do that right now, in between the change of year. And it's like it's a holiday season still. So you may be not at work, you may be not working now and taking some time to relax. So in the past, you had some very fast movement or changes, maybe. I'm not sure what the upside down Three of Pentacles is yet, but we'll get that too. Okay, so in front of you, right in front of you, have the Ace of Swords. I really like to make sure the cards are really right for you, so I will just maybe get them till I'll mix them up till they jump out. Queen of Swords you have, and she's upside down. That's like over here on the earthly path. This is kind of like the spiritual realm, or the mental, I think of it that way. And this is more of like the earthly things. So what's in your environment right now? Judgment. Then you have the Page of Cups above that. They're both upside down. And then the Knight of Pentacles is the final outcome. So here's Judgment. So when it's upside down, we just get the shadow side too. Just there might be like a message for the shadow. And this also, the Page of Cups was upside down too. And that's in your fears, or hopes and fears. Okay, so I want to look at the Three of Pentacles to see what that is. For you. From this, I'm getting kind of an ego clash. So maybe some difficulty with people that you're working with, and some sort of ego, like people's egos getting involved, and difficulty listening to each other. And that might be like, maybe you left your work because there's this Eight of Wands here that is fast movement, and I just want to see that's what I'm getting from it, but let me just see. split-second decisions, haste, good news, but that's in the past. So maybe you made a hasty decision or something in the past. And I was thinking maybe you left your job, but I don't know if that's true for you or not. Ace of Swords, and okay, and this is what's in front of you. New ideas, clarity, and aha moment. Maybe you learned, what I'm kind of getting from this is that you trusted your spirit and you let, but there's some like fear about it. You're learning to trust your spirit or your intuition, and you made a quick decision, and now you're resting. And you have clarity coming in. Okay. And then this is also you, Queen of Swords, upside down. So let's see. Okay, so maybe you become a little emotionally indifferent because you had some clashing with people, maybe people that you were working with. I'm not sure if it's, I'm feeling it's people that you were working with, but it doesn't have to be. It could be maybe family or something. So you made some quick decisions about that in the past. You're currently like getting guidance to just rest and stay in, kind of go inward and rest, maybe meditate. And you want to speak with wisdom and clarity, but you might need to rest at first and figure out what's going on. Let's see. I think you're stepping away from the egos and the drama. And you're receiving some clarity about that. Now in the environment above you, you have judgment, but it's upside down. So I want to see what that is. Yeah, you want to be careful about this. You want to stay with your emotions, stay with your being empathetic, and don't get cold or indifferent emotionally. But what will make you do that is if you don't rest. You need some time to rest right now. And really trust your intuition. You're being guided. Trust. So I think there's some fear here. And that's what this one is. Self-doubt. Hiding behind masks. So you may be getting caught up in your own ego. And this is about trusting your intuition and your experience. This is everything right here, you know. This is your inner child, your inner spirit that's been where you are right now. But you also have this mature, I want to just get a little bit from that to give you that Queen of Wands, that part of you. You have both. You don't think that you're just one. We're more diverse than that. We're more complicated than that. Creativity, passion, determination, confidence, joy, bold expression, helping others as you build your queendom, power. Yeah, you're focus on your highest intentions here. Let that guide you. Okay, so you might be having an awakening, a spiritual awakening, and things may not be making sense. You might be like, what? This doesn't make sense. And that's probably true because you need to let go of some ideas that you have that are not serving you anymore. Well, let's see if we can get some more information about that. Page of Cups. This is a complicated one. I'm not surprised that you're struggling right now, and you're feeling disorganized. Page of Cups. It's upside down. So that suggests like an immature love. But it could be just this you're developing self-love. It could be that. Fear. And you're developing trust of yourself. And you're new on this path. I really highly recommend A Course in Miracles. Okay. Missing signs. So you might be missing signs: being overly sensitive, displaying childish emotions, blocked creativity. And here's the affirmation for that. We're going to turn it right side up. We can turn the other one. We'll turn all of them right side up, actually. Let's start with the Queen of Swords. As we say the affirmation for it, we turn it right side up. That's kind of like a family constellations thing that I'm adding to tarot. So you can say this with me. I speak with wisdom and clarity. You do have this clarity coming in, this higher consciousness coming in. And listen to it. That's your intuition. That's coming from spirit. So listen to that. And so get quiet. Either go for walks in nature or meditate or do yoga. Get quiet so you can hear it. And then speak with wisdom and clarity. I speak with wisdom and clarity. And then we have for the Judgment card. Hello, Essence. Yes. Hello, Essence. I invite you to show up every day. I invite my soul to shine unapologetically. Yeah, that's what's coming through, but it's new and you're not trusting it yet. It's scary. You're like in between the ego and spirit. And we have both. But the ego needs to serve the spirit. And in the world that we're living in, it's so chaotic right now because we've reached this culmination where the ego just is realizing that it's not the be all and the end all. And if it is, we're all in trouble. But it's not. So don't worry about that. Trust your intuition, your higher self. You can trust it. Believe me. I was on a journey. I am on a journey still. Where I learned to trust my spirit, and I ended up getting a divorce, leaving my career, but I'm so much happier now, and I'm being supported and guided, and I'm not afraid. I'm at peace. I'm experiencing love, peace, joy. On the other side of this, it is scary when you're learning this, but on the other side of it is everything that you've been asking for. And speaking of that, if we're gonna write this card, and we do that by saying, the world is my flourishing oyster, and I am excited to see what happens next. Okay, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles, and knights are always moving forward. So you are moving forward towards Pentacles, towards earthly wealth, whatever that means to you. You're moving towards your good. I'm going to get a little more information about that. Seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock-steady foundations of faith. Okay, so you're not going to have all the answers. That's not the way this works. When you're trusting your spirit, it's one stone at a time appears, or one stone on the path at a time appears. And that's the way it is. And that it's exciting because you don't know what's coming next, but you have an idea where you want to go. You know where you want to go. It's this Queen of Wands energy. It has this youngness to it, this part that you don't know. It's reconnecting with your inner child, but you know where you want to go. You know what you believe in, and you know what you want. So it is going to take some diligence. This is the slowest night. Diligence and hard work, determination, steadfastness, building material security, safety, being pragmatic, expansion. It's going to be one step at a time. Okay. So you are on the right path. It's just about trusting this new way of being in the world. And I'm going to get a card from the Inner Temple. This will be the last card that I do with you, just to like as a validation or confirmation of, which will kind of help you understand where you are on your path. And this is the Inner Temple Oracle Guidebook by Rebecca Campbell. So I understand this might be a very difficult time in terms of not knowing this new organization or this new way of being. It's very different for you, and it's hard. You don't feel like you have control. You don't have total control. You only have control over what you know and what you want. And then you get something back from Spirit, God, the universe, and then you make a decision about that. Or you take that in, integrate it, figure out what you want to do with it, how you want to respond, and that's your next step. But you don't have all the answers, you won't, and you don't have control. You're co-creating with God, with the universe, with your higher self, with other people. Other people that are looking for the same things or wanting the same things. Have you heard that saying, what you want is also wanting you, or what you're seeking is also seeking you? That's true. And I found that when I was getting my divorce. So I was going through that, and I was like, I worked so hard on my relationship as a marriage and family therapist. Like, how could that be for nothing? How could that not result in something? I dedicated everything to that. And I received the response from Spirit. All that love that you put out is going to come back to you. Those things it wasn't for nothing. Your love is real, and it will come back to you. And my boyfriend, now, we were looking for the same things. And so that is such a cool thing when that happens, you know? You find somebody who's looking for what you're looking for. Ooh, this is good. This is exactly what's going on. Okay, so this card in the deck is it's two sides of it. So the machine and the mystic, and that's exactly where you are. You're between the machine and the mystic, and that's why it's really difficult right now. You got the machine on the top because you're still living in the machine, but you're moving toward the mystic. I'm going to read you a little bit more about that. Okay, sorry. All right, here we are. All right, so I'm going to read you the machine first. Unsustainable ways, soulless, greed, parched, external validation, reaching, exhaustion, pushing, churn and burn, meaningless, paper thin, hungry for more, controlling, shallow. Okay, that's the part that you have right up. So you're still living in this, but you're moving towards the mystic. Creativity, magic, dreamer, alignment, potency, awe, flow, harmony, deep connection. Remember, we got that deeper union with you in the beginning? Yes, that's what you're headed toward. You can trust that. That is what's more real than everything that you see out there. And that's what you're creating, the new earth. What is your new earth? It's all connected, but it's different in the beginning. Yours is going to be different than everybody else's. Inner world, nectar, overspilling, unique medicine, your unique medicine. Satisfaction, unrestrained, wild, free, intimacy, purpose, unique expression. This is Queen of Wands energy. Which part of the card is right side up? It was the machine, because you're struggling with that. Which meaning is calling to you the most? How can you bring both parts' meanings into balance? We are still living in the machine, but you're moving towards the mystic, and you're moving towards creating your new earth. The mystic is dedicated to having a direct and intimate relationship with the sacred. Mystics are the artists, poets, visionaries, and dreamers. The world needs more mystics right now to create and make new myths for humanity. The mystic prioritizes the soul, while the machine lacks soul. The mystic creates, the machine produces. Anyone can produce pretty much anything if they try, yet no one can create quite like you. If the mystic is way up, it's an acknowledgement of your sacred purpose and an encouragement to go even deeper. If the machine is right side up, consider whether you've been putting too much emphasis on the external for guidance rather than the internal. Our modern society tends to capitalize on what's well received, but we must be careful not to dampen the creative spark that made it possible, the creative spark. When we use our creativity for a controlled outcome, we can easily lose the magic and turn into producing, not creating. Producing starves the soul. It turns the mystic into a machine. This is the challenge for the artist, for the mystic, to create, not produce. Okay, so how can you move into your creativity and allow that energy to guide you? Okay, we're gonna leave it there. So find ways to connect with your creativity. Virgo, yay!